Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. MTG Box Analysis here with another draft booster box. This time we've got Phyrexia All Be One. So this box comes from all the way back in 2023. The set's a little bit over a year old. So we're going to go back and revisit it, crack open these 36 packs, see what kind of value we can find in here, and potentially do a comparison of this box to some others that I've opened up previously on the channel. So let's go ahead and get our 36 packs laid out, and then we'll get to cracking, and we'll put the prices of all of the rares and mythics on the screen using TCG Player market pricing, and then we'll do the full MTG box analysis at the end. So with that, let's open up pack number one. Now these are Japanese printed, so they do have the pull tabs, and that means the rares and mythics are all going to be up front. So we'll go through a couple of packs just so you can get a feel for the set, and then we'll kind of speed through and just see what kind of rares and mythics we find. So we're going to kick this one off with a Phyrexian Might, and then behind that we're going to see one of the Phyrexian basic lands. Now there's 5 of these in the set, and 2 of these are valued over $1. Unfortunately, the Plains is not one of them. It's only valued just under $1. Now directly behind that, we're going to see a Solobad Iron Goblin coming in the showcase treatment. Very cool to see that as our rare. And then we're going to see ourselves a Gleeful Demolition coming in as an uncommon, followed by a Charforger. Then we're going to see an Ur-Brass Anointer with a Malakator's Watcher. Then we've got a Meldweb Strider with a Prophetic Prism. Then we're going to see a Gold Warden's Helm with an Aspirant's Ascent, Stinging Hivemaster, Mirian Bardache, a Rustvine Cultivator. Then we're going to see an Annihilating Glare, followed by a Free from Flesh. And so that's what a pack of Phyrexia All Be One draft looks like. So we'll go through, I think, one more just like that, and then we'll start skipping the commons because there are no commons valued over $1. There are 2 uncommons, though, that we are keeping an eye out for. I'll call them out if we see them. So we've got ourselves a Rebel token with the alternate full art mountain there. And then directly behind that, we're going to see ourselves the first foil of the box, and that's going to be the Porcelain Zealot coming in. And behind that, we're going to see Karamux, the Rat King, coming in as our main set rare. Unfortunately, not a high-value rare. Then we're going to see the Evolving Adaptive with the Prophetic Injector, Nahiri's Sacrifice, a Prolong to Phyresis, a Titanic Growth, Indoctrination Attendant with an Offer Immortality, a Dross Skull Bomb. Then we're going to see the Plague Nurse, a Mere Custodian, a Furnace Strider, and a Tyrannix Atrocity coming in the back. All right, so I think that's enough of the commons. So now we'll just kind of focus in on the rares, the mythics, and of course the uncommons. So we've got ourselves a Poison Counter here, followed by the Alternate Art Forest, and we're going to see the Monumental Facade coming in from the land cycle. Unfortunately, despite the land cycle having some value, this particular one, not a high value rare. Then we're going to see a Bladehold War Whip, followed by an Armored Scrap Gorger and a Serum Snare. And the rest of these are just going to be our commons in the back. If you are interested in the full inventory of this box, you can always go out to my website, mtgboxanalysis.com, and download the full analysis. All right, this pack kicks off with a Rebel token, and then we're going to see ourselves the Phyrexian Mountain. This, again, is not one of the ones valued over $1. But right behind that, we are going to see our first foil rare. It's Kaya Intangible Slayer coming in as a Planeswalker foil rare. Very nice. And then directly behind that, we're going to see ourselves Glissa Sunslayer as our main set rare with a Rebel Salvo, followed by a Paladin of Predation and a Necrogen Rot Priest, and just our commons in the back. So the 2 uncommons that we're keeping an eye out for, we're looking for Sheoldred's Edict coming in out of black. That's going to be the most valuable common, valued just over $2. And then we're looking for a Tyvar Stand, valued just over $1. So we got a non-token token here, followed by that mountain. And then we're going to see ourselves Archfiend of the Dross coming in as our main set rare with a Ribskiff. Then we're going to see ourselves an Annex Sentry and Sheoldred's Edict. There's the the most valuable uncommon in the set, valued over $2. So all right. And then we're going to see an Escaped Experiment and our commons in the back. So hopefully we can pick up 2 or 3 of those Sheoldred's Edicts and really add in the value. All right, this pack kicks off with that Phyrexian Might again, followed by my favorite land in the set, the Plains. And then we're going to see ourselves a foil Distorted Curiosity with an Encroaching Mycosynth coming in as our main set rare. Then we're going to see a Transplant Theorist with an Apostle Invasion. I can speak. Then we got an Ur-Brass Anointer with the Dross Pits and the remainder of our commons. So some of the big hits that we're looking for, so from the main set in standard frame, we're looking for Elish Norn, we're looking for Mondrak Glory Dominus, We'd even take a Vraska, an All-Be-One, or a Solifum Mayhem Dominus, and of course, a Traxa the Grand Unifier. So we got ourselves a Rebel, followed by a Mountain, and then directly behind that, we're going to see Skrelv's Hive. Now, this is a rare that is valued over $1, so we'll definitely take that. Then we're going to see a Cinderclash Ravager, followed by an Oxida Finisher, and Veil of Assimilation. And just our commons back there. Now, in the showcase treatment, there were 4 hits that we're really looking for. Again, we're looking for Elish Norn, we're looking for Mondrak. We'd also take Solifum and Atraxa the Grand Unifier. 3 of those 4 are valued over $20. So if we can find one of those, that'll really help us with the value on the box. So we got ourselves this time the Phyrexian Island. Again, this is the 3rd and final Phyrexian land not valued over $1. And then we're going to see ourselves a Venser Corpse Puppet, followed by a Vat of Rebirth. Then we're going to see a Vivisection Evangelist with a Tyvar Stand. This is the other uncommon valued over $1, so hooray. And then we're just going to see our commons in the back. All right, moving into our next pack here. There's also a couple of borderless cards and some Concept Praetors that we can pull. Concept Praetors are extremely rare in draft packs, but there are 5 of them available to pull. And in fact, I have pulled the most valuable Sheoldred the Apocalypse. I'll put a link to that video up on the top right-hand corner of your screen now. So we got ourselves the Phyrexian Plains, followed by a foil Titanic Growth. And then we're going to see an Argentum Masticore coming in as our main set rare with a Billowas Skull Dweller, Prophetic Injector, and a Feed the Infection. And just our commons in the back. Moving into our next pack. This one's going to kick off with a non-token token. And directly behind it, we're going to see ourselves the Alternate Island with an Evolved Spinal Derm coming in the showcase treatment. Again, not a high value rare. Then we're going to see a Voidwing Hybra, Silavok Battle Chair with a Serum Snare, and just our commons. So I'm starting to get a little bit nervous about the value of this box. We're almost done with the first stack, and we haven't seen any cards valued over $5. We have picked up the 2 best uncommons in the set, so we got that going for us, but even combined, they're not worth over $5. So this one kicks off with a Swamp, and there we go, finally. All I had to do was complain and bitch a little bit, and now we've got ourselves a Vraska Betrayer Sting, our first mythic of the box, and valued over $10. So awesome to see that. And then directly behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Distorted Curiosity with Chittering Skitterling and Awaken the Sleeper. All right, moving into our last pack of stack number 1. One more non-token token. I don't know why they put these in here. Then we get ourselves a Forest, followed by Black Sun's Twilight coming in as our rare with Tamio's Logbook, Hexgold Hoverwings, and a Bladed Ambassador. And then just our commons in the back. All right, moving into stack number 2. This one's going to kick off with a Phyrexian Horror. And directly behind that, we're going to see the Alternate Forest with a Scheming Aspirant coming in foil. There we go. There's the focus for you. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Dark Slick Shores coming in from the land cycle. This card is valued over $1, and you know how I love my lands. Then we get a Slaughter Singer with a Venomous Brutalizer and a Vat Emergence in the back. I'm just going to take a half a second and move some of these commons to the side. Don't want to knock them over. All right, moving into our next pack, we got ourselves a Phyrexian Beast. And directly behind that, we're going to see that same Forest with a Cinder Lash Ravager coming in foil with an Evolved Spinal Derm coming in as our rare. Then we've got ourselves the Silavok Battle Chair, Vat Emergence, and a Thrumming Bird in the back. All right, sliding into the next pack here, we've got ourselves a Rebel token, followed by the Mountain. And then we're going to see Red Sun's Twilight coming in. Unfortunately, the only one of these Twilight rares is going to be the White Sun's Twilight that's valued over $1. So when you get a box of these, it's not always a great box. Then we get ourselves a Tainted Observer, a Serum Core Chimera with an Ambulatory Edifice coming in as our last card, or last uncommon, that is. All right, so we're going to pull up a Samurai token with another one of the islands in the Phyrexian text with Rhea Ivor, Bane of Bladehold coming in as our rare, followed by a Viral Spawning. Then we're going to see a Billowas Skull Dweller with a Reject Imperfection. So I'm hoping we do get to see a few more lands from this set. Most of the lands in here, at least the non-basic lands, as well as several of the Phyrexians, are valued over $1, so always looking to add to my collection. So we've got a Phyrexian Beast with a Swamp. Then we're going to see our second foil rare of the box. We got a Dragon Wing Glider, unfortunately not a high value rare. Then we're going to see a Mercurial Spelldancer coming in as our backup rare. Then we get an Exuberant Fuseling, Cinderlash Ravager with a Venomous Brutalizer. And just some commons back there. All right, maybe I need to complain a little bit more, and we'll get ourselves another card valued over $10. So I really want to see it. We got a Rebel. We got ourselves a Phyrexian Forest, followed by Azuri Soccer of Spheres, not the rare we're looking for. Then we get a Transplant Theorist with a Sheoldred's Edict. Maybe that's what I was calling for. Another uncommon valued over $2. Hooray. And then we get ourselves a Cankerbloom coming in the showcase treatment with a Surgical Skull Bomb and a bunch of commons. All right, sliding into our next pack here. This one's got a Phyrexian Might to kick us off from a token perspective. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves the Phyrexian Mountain. I'm really surprised we have not yet seen the Phyrexian Swamp. That's the most valuable one that we could pull. Directly behind that, we've got the Eternal Wanderer coming in. Is valued over $1, so we'll take that. Then we're going to see ourselves a Swooping Lookout, followed by an Incubation Sac, and an Against All Odds. That takes us pretty close to the halfway point. Value on this box is definitely lackluster, so I really hope all the value and all of the mythics, because I believe we've only seen one, are in the back of the box. So we got a Phyrexian Horror, followed by an Island, and then we're going to see an Offer Immortality in foil, followed by a Norn's Wellspring, not Elish Norn. Then we're going to see a Drown in Ichor with a Vivisection Evangelist and a Necrogen Rot Priest. All right, so I'm going to move another stack over and keep on ripping. All right, we got one more of these Rebel tokens, followed by, there we go, the most valuable Phyrexian land in the set, the Full Art Swamp, valued at almost $2. It's not the biggest hit, but I will take it. And then we're going to see a Monument to Perfection coming in, followed by a Scheming Aspirant. Then we get a Resistance United and Feed the Infection. All right, this one's going to kick off with a pretty wicked looking cat token. Then we're going to see ourselves a Mountain, followed by, there we go, Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. Awesome hit. Wish it was Phyrexian, but I'm not going to complain. This one's valued just over $20, and it's our second mythic of the box and a big hit. So awesome to see that. And then right behind that, we're going to see ourselves an Annex Sentry, followed by a Ribskiff and another Tyvar Stand. What a pack. Awesome to see that. Valued over $1. Then we get the Surgical Skull Bomb and a bunch of commons in the bag. So hooray, starting to feel a little bit better about this box. We've got ourselves at least $30 in value from the two big hits, so let's keep this train going. So we've got a Phyrexian Horror, followed by a Forest, and then we're going to see ourselves a Chimney Rabble coming in foil, with a Phyrexian Arena coming in. Very nice to see this. Is valued over $3, a little bit more value for us. Then we get ourselves a Vat of Rebirth with a Jawbone Duelist, and a Cacophony Scamp. All right, final pack in stack number 2. What are we going to see in here? We got ourselves another Samurai token with my favorite land, the Plains, and a Vindictive Flamestoker coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see an Atmospheric Surgeon with a Porcelain Zealot and a Minor Misstep, which used to be a common or uncommon, valued over $1, but has since dropped. All right, moving on through into our last stack of packs, 12 more to go. We got a Phyrexian Might with the Phyrexian Forest. This one is valued over $1. And then we're going to see the Blue Sun's Twilight with a Bladehold War Whip, an Incubation Sac, and a Font of Progress. So what do you all think of Phyrexia All Be One? Did you enjoy this set when it came out? Have you ever cracked these before? Let me know what your best hit is. Have any of you pulled a Sheoldred the Apocalypse Concept Praetor? Let me know in the comments below. So we got ourselves a Drone token, followed by a Plains, and then we're going to see Vran Executioner Thane coming in as a foil rare. Very nice to see that. That's our third foil rare of the box. And then we're going to pick up a Sword of Forge and Frontier. This is a pretty good hit, valued almost at $10. Very nice to see that mythic coming in. Awesome. Then we get ourselves a Numerazer Paladin with a Serum Core Chimera and a Nahiri Sacrifice. All right, now the value's definitely heating up. I kind of enjoy it when it's towards the end of the box. Let's hope this keeps going. So we've got another non-token token with a Phyrexian Island. Then we're going to see Koth, Fire of Resistance, coming in as our rare, followed by a Tamiyo's Logbook. Then we're going to see Rebel Salvo and a Mere Convert coming in as our last uncommon. So let's go ahead and stack up our rares here. And let's move some of these common uncommons over to the side. And let's keep going. All right, another non-token token, followed by a Phyrexian Plains. And then we're going to see ourselves an Ichor Moon Gauntlet coming in. Is a mythic, is valued over $4. Awesome. And then we're going to ourselves a Distorted Curiosity, an Apostle of Invasion, and Awaken the Sleeper. I think we're down to about 8 packs. Definitely feel that the value is going to be here. I think we're going to be pretty close to the break-even mark unless we see another one of the big hits. I'm really rooting for a Mondrak, one of my favorites from the set. So we've got ourselves a Rebel with a Mountain. And then we're going to see, from the land cycle, we're going to see a Mirex. Now, this is going to be the most valuable non-basic land in the set, valued just over $3. Awesome. Then we pick up a Magmatic Sprinter, followed by an Infectious Bite. And then we're going to see a Resistance Reunited. All right, so we got ourselves a Phyrexian Golem in this pack as a token, followed by a Swamp. And then we're going to see Kethic Crucible Goliath coming in as our rare, unfortunately not high value. Then we're going to see a Churning Reservoir, a Thrumming Bird, and Expand the Sphere. I think we're down to about 6 packs now. All right, so we got ourselves a Phyrexian Might, followed by a Phyrexian Mountain. And then we're going to see an Okiva Enigma Goliath coming in as our rare, with an Unctus Retrofitter, an Armored Scrapgorger, and a Porcelain Zealot. All right, yeah, we are down to 5 packs. So 5 more chances to see a second Elish Norn, potentially in Concept Praetor, Borderless, or Showcase, or maybe even in Phyrexian. There's a lot of Elish Norns in this set. So we got ourselves a Poison Counter, followed by the Alternate Island. And then we're going to see ourselves an Ichor Split Basilisk with Miglaw's Maze Crusher coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see ourselves a Jawbone Duelist with an Unnatural Restoration and a Furnace Punisher in the back. And make sure you do stick around to the end of the video where I will do the full MTG box analysis, show you all the metrics and statistics such as how much of the set we covered, what kind of duplication we saw. I'll give a breakdown of the current value of the set and then show you the observed value of this box and how it compares. So we got our Phyrexian Might with the number 1 land again, the Phyrexian Swamp, followed by a Mirian Safe House, unfortunately not high value. Then we're going to see the Ichor Plate Golem with a Necrosquito and a Canker Bloom in the back. All right, 3 packs. This one, we've got ourselves a Rebel token, followed by a Plains. And then we're going to pick up a Copperline Gorge coming in from the land cycle, valued almost at $3, but it's a land, so I love it. Then we get a Noxious Assault, an Atmosphere Surgeon, and a Cacophony Scamp coming in the back. All right, so this one starts off with a Rebel, followed by a Swamp. And then we're going to see ourselves the Green Sun's Twilight, followed by a Voidwing Hybrid, a Ravenous Necrotian, and Against All Odds. All right, we are down to our final pack. I think we've seen just about all of the colored Sun's Twilight. So let's go ahead and crack open this last pack, and let's cross our fingers for a big hit. All right, so this one starts off with a Rebel token, followed by an Island. And then we're going to see ourselves a foil Sawblade Scamp. Last one is going to be a rare, and it's going to be Melrira Malira, the Living Cure coming in as our rare in the showcase treatment. Very cool artwork. Unfortunately, not a super high value rare. Then we're going to see an Oxada finisher, followed by an ossification. Really good, uncommon from the set, but not valued over $1. Then a Tamiyo's Immobilizer, Gataxian Anatomus, the Hunter's Maze, Infectious Inquiry with a Flinting Raptor, Gulping Scrap Trap, Offer Immortality, Branchlight Stalker, and a Blight Belly Rat with a Volshock Splitter as our last card of the box. All right, so I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG Box Analysis. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people. All by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.